Hey guys, what's going on? It's Carter, and this is episode 9 of Walking One Take. And today's video is going to be over the topic of why sustainable and sustainability in your approach is much more important than optimal or optimizing your approach to losing weight. And so as you know, in the past couple of weeks, I've kind of ramped up my content with YouTube and with my blog and Instagram and Snapchat. But I've also been spending a ton of time designing this brand new course that is going to be like a 14 or 21 day course where it's going to be 100% free, but it's going to basically give you information every single day about all of the tactics and things that you need to know in order to build an effective but also sustainable weight loss approach. And it's many of the tactics that I use to lose weight, and also the tactics that I use to sustain a healthy body weight now. And in the course, I'll talk more about the course in a later video, but I'll give you the basic, the big part of the course that it's based around. And it's based around these three things that I call the indisputable truths of fat loss. And the reason I call them the indisputable truths is because you're going to be hard pressed to find anyone who says that any of the three things are not important for maintaining and effectively losing weight over time, and then obviously maintaining your success. And so the first truth is being in a calorie deficit, and specifically creating your diet in a way that is going to allow you to be in a calorie deficit in the most enjoyable way possible. The second truth talks about using exercise strategically to burn fat and build or maintain muscle. And so if you've watched my other videos or followed me for a while, you'll know that I'm not a huge fan of using cardio to try to create a deficit. I don't think it's sustainable or enjoyable for like 99% of people. But you can use exercise in a way that you're going to improve the ratio of fat loss to muscle loss in a way in the fat loss favor, where you're losing more fat and maintaining and even building muscle in some cases. And obviously that's centered around like resistance training, which I talk more about in the course. But what I want to talk about today is the third indisputable truth, which is being consistent over time. And so consistency and sustainability are kind of interchangeable terms in my mind, because if something is unsustainable, you're not going to be able to be consistent with it. And if you are being consistent, then it's probably an approach that is sustainable. So they kind of go hand in hand. And I often get emailed from people and they say, I'm doing everything right. Man, that is loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Some kind of wild corn creature from the forest. I don't even know, so hopefully you can hear this video. But anyways, I'll get a message from somebody and they'll ask me, like, I want to lose weight, but I hate going to the gym, or I hate this diet plan, I hate eating this food, whatever. And my first response is like, okay, we'll do something else, because even though everything basically comes down to calories in versus calories out and exercise in some form, like there are multiple ways to accomplish that goal. And if there's a certain diet approach that you enjoy, you should be following that. And if there's a certain exercise program that you enjoy, that might not be optimal, and so that's where optimal comes into this. For example, I'll just give you an example because it'll be better than trying to explain it in other terms. So I hate running, and I don't want to run ever. This is not something I enjoy doing. I mean, maybe one day I'll adopt running more as a health benefit, but as of right now, it's not something that I need I want to do with my life. Unless it's like a 5K for a charity or something, you're not going to see me out jogging for sport. But there are people who really love jogging and running, and it makes sense because when you run, it's been shown you release things called endorphins, which are basically feel-good hormones. So people kind of get a runner's high from running. And so if you like to run, then you should be running. Like, even if I wouldn't prescribe running to somebody, I would only do that if they hated running, because they don't have to run to lose weight. But that's a topic for another video. But there are people who love running, and I'm going to say do that. And if you really hate lifting weights, like you've tried it multiple times, well, okay, first I would recommend trying to figure out another way to get some resistance training, because it's really important to maintain and build muscle while you're losing weight. But if all else, at least do something, because losing some weight is better than losing no weight. And even if your approach is only 60% optimal or 70% optimal, if you're being consistent, that's way more important than following a plan that's 100% optimal, but you're only following it for like 8 to 12 weeks and then just giving up. Because it's all about being consistent over time. And so hopefully this video was useful. Basically, just the summary of the video is find an approach that you enjoy, that you can be sustainable with and have consistency with. And once you find that, then you can start worrying about optimizing it if you want. So like if your approach really isn't that optimal, maybe you can start throwing in some more resistance training if all you were doing is cardio or whatever. But that's obviously beyond the scope of this video. The basic idea I want you to get from this video is just to know that even if what you are doing, somebody might be telling you that it's not the best thing to do, don't feel like you have to do the best thing if it's not going to be sustainable, because sustainability beats an optimal approach every single time. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next walking one take or whatever video I put up next. So see you guys.